In 2026, artificial intelligence is executing medical miracles in real time. Algorithms are detecting cardiac arrest on 911 calls by analyzing breathing patterns and mapping massive genomic databases to isolate the exact cause of rare diseases. But to perform these highly specialized tasks autonomously, these systems require a constant diet of raw, deeply intimate biological data. A compromised credit card is easily replaced, but a person's genetic sequence is a permanent signature. Because these records allow data brokers to predict future insurance risks and biological vulnerabilities with pinpoint accuracy, they are now traded at a higher premium than stolen financial credentials. Our bodies act as walking data repositories, filled with unique, high-value information that state-sponsored hackers and data brokers are eager to exploit. The most immediate vulnerability doesn't come from a sophisticated cyber attack. It comes from inside the hospital. It's a phenomenon known as shadow AI, where well-meaning doctors try to save time by pasting sensitive patient notes into free public chatbots. Standard generative AI models operate by ingesting user prompts and memorizing that information to train their future outputs. When a clinician pastes a medical history into one of these consumer-grade tools, it constitutes a willful disclosure of protected health information. That patient's private data leaves the isolated hospital system and merges into a global network. The medical industry is racing to deploy airtight security protocols for these advanced systems before millions of private health records are irreversibly compromised. Traditional generative AI is probabilistic. It predicts the next word in a sentence, which makes it prone to hallucinating fabricated facts. In a clinical setting where zero error tolerance is required, that open-ended nature is a massive liability. To secure these workflows, enterprise hospitals are abandoning passive chatbots in favor of Agentic AI. Agentic AI uses strict deterministic policies. It structurally splits the process. A language model understands the request, while a separate, rigid script performs the action. Under this zero-retention architecture, agents process a request, like booking an MRI, and immediately destroy the raw input data. By replacing improvised text generation with rigid, pre-approved workflows, agentic systems effectively neutralize the risk of data leakage. Even with secure agents, these systems must integrate with massive hospital databases through complex back-end servers, creating a severe blind spot for IT teams. These hidden connectors act as open doors to the network. If left completely unmonitored, they expose this sensitive enterprise infrastructure to unauthorized AI tools and state-sponsored hackers. The direct countermeasure to this threat is AI Security Posture Management, or AI SPM. An AI SPM platform acts as an always-on radar. It continuously scans the hospital's cloud environments to expose rogue AI deployments, enforcing runtime guardrails to instantly block any attempt at data exfiltration. Without that continuous monitoring, a hospital is effectively granting an autonomous entity unchecked, invisible access to millions of highly sensitive patient records. Beyond data theft, there is a severe clinical threat. If an autonomous algorithm discriminates against a specific patient demographic or makes a fatal misdiagnosis, the real-world consequences are irreversible. This reality triggered a global regulatory crackdown in 2026. The EU AI Act officially classified medical AI as a high-risk system, mandating strict algorithmic auditing and performance tracking. In the US, state-level interventions rapidly emerged. Texas enforces mandatory patient disclosure, and California makes it illegal for AI to impersonate physicians. Across all these new laws, one foundational legal mandate remains consistent: the human in the loop. Algorithms can analyze symptoms and suggest treatment plans in fractions of a second, but due to strict liability and medical ethics, a licensed human doctor is legally required to pull the final trigger on every clinical decision. Medical care in 2026 operates through an intricate architecture of cybersecurity and regulatory compliance. Managing these interconnected risks falls under the shared responsibility model. Purchasing a legally compliant AI tool is useless if a hospital fails to properly configure access controls or forgets to revoke permissions for departed employees. The vendor provides the secure foundation, but the hospital administration must lock in their side of the permissions to complete the chain. True compliance requires a tight partnership. The software vendor supplies the legal and architectural protection, while human administrators provide the practical, day-to-day defense. Artificial intelligence holds the promise of breaking the traditional limits of healthcare. It has the capacity to simultaneously expand patient access, elevate the quality of care, and drive down costs. But that autonomous future is entirely dependent on securing and maintaining the public's trust in how their most intimate information is handled. As algorithms peer deeper into our biology, a modern healthcare system's success won't be defined by the intelligence of its AI. It will be defined by the impenetrability of the digital vault protecting our DNA.